Well, thank you for staying with us here on the M Show. We're crossing over to Studio 997. The Super Morning Show on Joy FM is hosting CEO of SES, Steve Collar. It's a conversation on satellite technology out of this world or closer to home. Let's join that conversation now.
Another 3 billion, which was connecting those that were not connected to the internet. So one half of our business is about broadcast, and the other half of our business is about providing connectivity over satellites, connecting with mobile operators, connecting cell towers, delivering the internet to people who are not well connected. And I think we all agree that having a connection is probably among the most important things. Once you've figured out food and shelter, having connectivity allows you to get educated, run a business, sort out health for yourself, and make a difference to your own personal circumstances. And so those two things are big passions for me, and that's why I've never left the industry.
That must mean that Africa is of particular importance to your organization.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. It's also an incredibly exciting place, right? Africa is a very young population. There's a lot of opportunity in Africa. It's also true that, in my experience at least, what you might find here in Ghana is very different to what you might find in Angola, very different to what you might find in Ethiopia or Kenya or South Africa. So, it's again, that aspect of really working locally and being part of the the sort of the local culture is very important. I think too many companies make the mistake of just thinking about Africa as one place, but it's a lot more than that.
What would you say SES's plan is for Africa? I mean, you're here in Ghana for 3 days. It must be part of some grand scheme, right?
Well, I think I hope we're not so proud as to think we have a grand scheme for Africa. I think from our perspective, it's about using the tools that we have, using the fantastic assets that we have to make a difference here, and whether that be through broadcast, like here, our main business here in Ghana is broadcast, although we do also support businesses that serve ATM machines. So another application, something else that you don't even think about as being satellite being involved. If satellite wasn't there, ATM machines wouldn't be interconnected. It'd be very difficult for people to get money. And so I think mobile operators, there's lots and lots of different walks of life that we're involved. But yeah, the main focus here in Ghana is really around broadcast. I would say Africa more generally, it's how can we use these fantastic assets that we have to make a difference.
Yeah. And what have been your observations of the broadcast industry in Ghana since you've been here?
I think one of the things that characterizes it more than any other place is the amount of local content, local broadcasters, fantastic capabilities, actually. I visited a number of studios yesterday, already set up with high definition and ultra high definition cameras. So a lot of the production is now happening at high definition, ultra high definition, but a lot of local content, a lot of much more so than, and I think if I, in my relatively short stay here, what I've seen is, and what's talking to people, it's that great desire for local content.
If you just joined us, we're talking to Steve Collar. He's the CEO of SES, and this is a very important company in your life, even if you don't realize it. 2/3 of Ghanaian households are served by SES because they pipe content to your television. So that's just one of the many things they do. Steve Collar has been in Ghana for 3 days now, and he's tried your love, so we can give him an honorary passport whenever we're ready. Steve, one of the things that unites us all is our choice of content, things that we choose to consume. And already we've discovered that you and Winston are big lovers of football,
right?
Supporters of two of the biggest English Premier League teams. Winston, of course, we're tired of hearing that he supports Manchester United. You are a Liverpool fan, right?
That's the most successful club in England.
Well, let's have this could get ugly.
It could get ugly.
It
could. Let me just say, Swansea City has beaten each and every one of your teams at some point in history, even if it was 30 years ago. but you love football, and it unites people in a very special way. Here in Ghana, I mean, football fans are mad about it.
Yeah.
And the viewing experience is something that really creates memories for Ghanaians. How does SES pipe into that very human need?
So for me, and so you're exactly right. I'm mad about football and love football and have done, from a very early age. And again, that's something that I've learned being here in Ghana is that's very shared. And I really love shared experience. Any experience when you're sharing it with others is made so much more valuable. That's why I want to be at Anfield. I want to be part of, Liverpool and that sort of shared success. And if I can't be there, what I want to be doing is watching it on TV with the very highest quality, with my friends around me. I want to be texting, other people about what's going on and really living that experience. So the shared experience part of sport, I think, is one of the most important things. And again, that's why I'm passionate about what we do. That's why I'm passionate about HD Plus here in Ghana and launching that high quality. The Liverpool-Man United rivalry is something that's got more and more over the last sort of 10, 15 years. We were the most successful, Man United the most successful. Liverpool have had a strong revival, I would say, if we accept this season. And obviously sitting here on the morning that Man City wins the league is probably an uncomfortable experience for both of us.
It is. But the good news is that we get to play against Liverpool tomorrow night.
That's true.
A victory for Man United denies Liverpool a chance in the Champions League.
Well, it'll only be good news for one of you.
That's right.
Yeah, but I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see that happen. As much as I'm sad Man City has won the league, it excites me also that Liverpool didn't get any close to it. That would have been 2020.
Why are you excited by somebody's... Anyway.
This is football. This is Liverpool Man United.
That's Liverpool Man United. He understands.
It's just the way it is. But no, look, it's been a strange season in the Premier League. It's been, and again, it shows the value of broadcasters, because it's made a small part of everyone's lives a bit better to be able to watch sport. It's been a distraction from everything that we've had to deal with over the last year, and so I'm great. Even Liverpool haven't had a great season. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to still be able to watch sport. Notwithstanding the fact it's not been a great season for Jurgen Klopp and his boys, it's something that I'm grateful for.
Talking about football, one other thing also is that the Euros are happening in 30 days, and SES playing a major role in that, particularly in Ghana.
Yes.
Yeah, can I tell you, I'm super excited about that. We, with Multi-TV and KNET, we are going to be the platform that broadcasts the highest quality signals for the Euros. And amazingly, and this is a little bit of an exclusive with you, we are going to be the first company that broadcasts ultra high definition, to my knowledge, across Africa.
Wow.
And so Ghana will be the first country in Africa to see ultra high definition, the Euros carried in ultra high definition for the semi-final and final.
Now this is a big deal. It's a big deal. Look, I don't know how many of you have realized, but almost every TV set you buy gives you specific settings for watching football. Because there's something about watching the game. There's something about that movement and the colors that really, if you're not getting the very best quality of it, you're losing something.
I completely agree. You watch the two side by side, and you watch a standard definition feed and a high definition feed. The difference in the experience, the difference in sound quality, you get much more of that feeling of really being in the stadium and being there and hearing the crowd. And in ultra high definition, it takes it to another level. You can see almost the blades of grass, and it just makes such a difference in your experience. And so, Ghanaians can go and buy a simple box, high definition HD Plus box. But, so within the next few weeks, what we'll start to see is new TV sets, Samsung TV sets with HD Plus actually built into the TV set. So you don't even need a decoder. You just go to Electroland, buy yourself a Samsung TV,
and you've got
plug it in, and instantly HD Plus is available. You have this beautiful environment, a pop-up environment, and you can watch the Euros not only in high definition, but for the semi-final and final in ultra high definition.
This is wonderful. Now, I mean, I've been looking forward to the opportunity to explain to people how this whole HD Plus thing works. I'm glad you're here, Steve. Why don't you walk us through it? I mean, this box, what does it do to your TV to make the picture so much better?
So it's it's actually a very complicated, because you have to make sure that you're recording all of the broadcast material in high definition or in ultra high definition. So it's about the cameras that are being used, it's about the studios that are being used. So right the way from content production to the way we then handle that content, we transport it to the satellite. It takes a more bandwidth on the satellite to transport high definition and ultra high definition. And then you have to have a decoder and a TV that's capable of high definition or ultra high definition. Now, the good news is here in Ghana, about 50% of TVs are now HD ready, so they're able to receive high definition signals. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are high definition, so it's really important for viewers to understand, do they have a TV that's HD ready, or are they actually receiving high definition? And HD Plus is a guarantee that the channels that will be watched are in high definition.
So Steve, for the viewer who's asking himself, so if I compare standard definition to high definition, and maybe ultra high definition, what will be the difference if I'm watching it?
Yeah. So again, for me, the best answer to that is the experience that you're going to have in high definition is completely different. And you know what everyone says is when you move from an iPhone generation 1 to 4 to 7 to 10, you're never going to go back to 1 again. And if you try and explain the difference between an iPhone 10 and an iPhone 1 or 11, whatever, the latest generation, it feels old. It feels old-fashioned, it feels clunky, and it's exactly the same if you watch high definition and you get used to the quality, you get used to the experience, you get used to the sound, you get used to the whole high definition environment, and then you try and step back to standard definition. It looks kind of grainy, it looks blurry, you know, you almost have to adjust your glasses to see, you know, am I seeing this picture clearly? And again, it's the same when you go into ultra high definition. Now, I think ultra high definition won't be the standard. I think here in Ghana, and in Europe and everywhere, high definition will be the standard. It'll be the medium that everything's broadcast in, and then ultra high definition will be used for the really, programs that are really showing the mixture of colors and so on. So if you're watching a program about life on Earth, or if you're watching, you know, really those sorts of, or indeed sport, for me, those are the two things where high definition just comes into its own, because again, the sound goes up another level of quality, the pictures go up another level of quality, and you really, you know, the larger the TV is, you know, if you go if you use high definition on a 30-inch screen, probably doesn't make much difference. But if you've got a 55, a 75, a 80-inch screen, the sorts of screens that I talked about, you know, that we're installing HD Plus directly into the Samsung TV sets, that is going to make a huge difference to your experience.
And you know, look, images are about information. Sometimes even if you're not consuming it consciously, the fact that there is so much more information enhances the experience of what you're watching, whether it's a movie or sports or, you know, wildlife or whatever it is. So I mean, I've got to say, the HD Plus box is kind of what you deserve if you love what you're viewing.
Yeah.
So if you're viewing something that you're passionate about, then you deserve to see it in the absolute best quality. I'm so glad that HD Plus is now available here in Ghana. Now, speaking of Ghana, Steve, what's your vision for the market here? You know,
I think Ghana has an amazing opportunity. I think, you know, if I look at the infrastructure here, if I look at the kind of the literacy and education here, if I, you know, the opportunity is in the center of Africa is tremendous. And I think, you know, if we look, you know, we have a plan, because we're launching satellites for 15, 20 years, we have to think about our business in sort of 15, 20 years, and what do we think our business is going to look like there. And I think Ghana, you know, if I look across Africa from the outside in, I think Ghana is unique. There's the competitive tension a little bit between Ghana and Nigeria, which it almost feels a bit like Liverpool and United. But I feel like all of the fundamentals are here. It's good, well connected, you know, important, like I say, important infrastructure, very good for business, right? So again, our partnership with KNET is a fabulous example of what can happen. We've been working with KNET for 10 years, building this platform. You know, it's not overnight, as I say, that 4 million households kind of point to one orbital location. And that's only possible because Ghana's very open, it's very welcoming, it's very good for business. And I think that will set Ghana in great stead as we look out for the next 15, 20 years.
Did you just tune in? If you did, then we're talking to Steve Collar. He's the CEO of SES. This is a company that provides you with a service every day, even if you didn't realize it. They, of course, have been connecting content producers with content consumers using their network of satellites orbiting the planet. Now, of course, we've already talked about how important Africa is to SES in terms of your global strategy. But what would you say the Ghanaian market needs? I mean, in your observations, not just for the 3 days you've been here, but all the time you've been operating in Ghana, what do you think is that one need that SES can tap into?
I think it's sort of continuing on the track, right? It's I think leveraging the infrastructure. We have good working relationships with the mobile operators here, with the telcos here. I think that's vital, right? As we make sure that we connect not only Accra but all parts of Ghana, that we're connecting, that what we talk about satellite as having a superpower, and that superpower is reach, right? So we can touch the edge of the network in the same way as we can the middle of the network. And that's really, and for a telco, for a terrestrial provider, it's really hard. It's really hard to get to, in any country, to the edge of the network, to the outside edge of the network. And that's something that we can help with, right? We can touch the edge of the network as effectively, use that superpower of reach to touch everyone in Ghana. And I think that's important. I think the government here has sort of been pretty thoughtful in making sure that there are ICT programs, schools are connected, the internet is available everywhere. There's still work to do there, a lot of work to do there. But I think if I look, compare Ghana to other countries that I visit and spend time in and that we serve, I think Ghana is well advanced in that area. So I think it's pushing ahead with that. It's really seeing that 15, 20-year vision for the country and sort of putting in place infrastructure connectivity programs, because once you give everyone the tools to run their own business, to go make a difference to themselves, it's amazing how that generates economic development, it generates GDP. There are sort of very well-known statistics now that link directly internet connectivity and internet access to GDP growth, right? So it's like building roads, and it's sort of fundamental infrastructure, and once you do, you generate economic growth. So for me, it's about making sure that the country stays nailed on that idea of connecting people, having everybody online, encouraging business, keeping that kind of business-friendly environment. And I think Ghana's future is bright.
Now, it occurs to me that if indeed the plan is to help connect more and more families and households across Africa, then there are some examples of tech companies that have chosen Ghana to be their hub and their center from which they're reaching out to the rest of the continent. So Google and Twitter and all these companies have chosen to have offices here in Ghana for that purpose. Is SES thinking along those lines? So
we already do, right? We already have, I would say, in terms of our footprint in Africa, our footprint and our base here in Ghana is as large as it is anywhere else. Again, that reflects this successful partnership that we have with KNET. I don't think it would have been possible without that. And so for us, at least, it was important to have that long-standing relationship. But I think it goes back to Ghana being a really business-friendly place. I think it's, it's not overly bureaucratic. It's not difficult to establish operations here. So we have, a nice facility. We also partner at a teleport. So satellite in order to access satellites, you've got to have kind of a gateway and a teleport. So at McCarthy Hill, we've got this nice facility together with KNET that we use for local broadcasters can now access our satellites by using this gateway. And so, we've based ourselves here as well. And I think it's all because of this business-friendly environment.
Is it expensive to operate in Ghana compared to other parts of the world?
I wouldn't say so. I think there are always, there are sort of particular, in any country there are particular aspects that you have to take care of and be conscious of. But no, I think it's not expensive. And again, it's one of the things, it's very open. The rules are clear as well. As a businessman, the one thing that you want is clarity. You want to know what the rules are, right? You want to know what the regulatory environment is. And again, Ghana's very clear from that standpoint, and that's tremendously helpful because you know what you have to do.
Steve Collar is, getting us all excited about the HD Plus box, but also having a bit of giving us a bit of an insight into the future of satellite technology as it pertains to Ghana and Africa. SES, of course, are already providing content for 2/3 of Ghanaian households when it comes to television content. Steve, what's next?
Yeah, look, I mean, for us, I think it's making TV even more interactive, right? And so as we move forward, broadcast remains the most important. And so there's only one way to get 4.5 million people connected to the same signal and the same feed, and that's satellite. But obviously, everyone also wants interactivity. They want to be able to use content on demand. They want to be able to interact with other people. And so increasing that immersive experience, that shared experience, is something that we're really super focused on. Building that quality, making sure that everybody gets to watch the content in the very highest quality is an important part of what we're about. And then, sort of combining our broadcast capability with satellite-based connectivity, all of that, bringing them together is an important part of what we're doing. So you'll be able to watch the same shows that you do on your TV set on your mobile. That's also, having options to be able to watch everywhere you are, on the go, in the house, shared with the family. All these things will be coming in the very near future from an SES standpoint.
I absolutely can't wait. So if there was that one message you'd like people to walk away from this with, that one thing you want them to remember about hearing from you today, what would it be?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I'd say is it's a hugely exciting time, and it's a great time to be as the world recovers from COVID. I'm very optimistic about what we're going to see over the next sort of 12, 18 months. I think having been all constrained in this environment, I think the world is really ready to sort of drive forward, and that's exciting. I think high definition is the only way to view TV, and I think Ghana is a market that's absolutely ready for HD and HD Plus. The feely experience really being part of the immersive experience of broadcast. And so, if there's one message I can leave, it's probably don't watch the Euros in any other way. If you want to see, I don't know whether it'll be Germany or Italy or the Netherlands or England even that prevails, but you shouldn't miss the final, and you shouldn't miss the final in ultra high definition. And the only way to see it is on HD Plus.
HD Plus, honestly, the feely experience awaits you. So you know what to do. Just go to Electroland, or in fact, just give us a call.
One of the local distributors just outside. I visited a number of them yesterday. It's super exciting. Just look for the feely banner, and you can acquire yourself a well-priced set-top box and watch HD Plus.
Trust me, you deserve it. Steve, I'm so glad we did this. I'm so excited that you made the time to stop by and tell us all about SES and HD Plus.
Thank you, Gaji.